Hi there, my name is Raquel. This here is Rusty. He's a little Yorkshire Terrier, in case you didn't know. So today's Sunday, the 1st of October, and I want to thank all new and returning viewers coming to watch today. And we're going to do this slightly different today, as today is the first day of October. It's also the first day of the Socktober Cal that I'll be hosting throughout the month. So, anyone wants to join? Go join the group on Ravelry, and yeah, make as many socks as you would like. I've started my socks today. Here's the first one. Just got the cuff going so far, and I'll be knitting basically, I'm going to be knitting the whole of the New York collection. Where are you going, Rusty? No. Go so far. Okay. Whenever I start, he wants to come on the table. So, I'm going to be knitting the whole New York collection by Mina Phillip, or the Knitting Expert. I'm going to knit them in the order that they came out throughout the year. So, the first socks are the Grand Central socks. And that's what they look like. And I'm knitting, because the yarn I've chosen is Miss Babs Hot Shot Toes in the Moonlight Stroll colorway. That's this one. But this only comes in 40-gram balls, so it should be enough to make a sock, because I usually tend to use about 35 grams, but I don't want to risk it. So I'm using contrast cuffs and heels for the moment. I might do the toe in that color, and I'm using the Kjertegarn sock 4, and this is the grey color that they have. So it goes quite nicely with the Moonlight Stroll, and that's what you can see here. So I started the cuff with the Kjertegarn. It's a bit thinner than the Miss Babs, but it'll work out. I might do the heel double up the yarn, just to make a sturdier heel. So I've started my socks. Obviously I'm not in for prizes. There will be prizes. I've not decided yet if there's going to be just the one thread, which is the chatter thread, or if I'm going to also open up the FO thread. If I open up the FO thread, then the prizes are going to be only for the FO thread. So far we have a copy of the Clark socks by Jacqueline Salem from the Brooklyn Knit Folk podcast. Then there is a skein kindly donated by Rosario from Donna Maria Yarns, and a skein of sock yarn also kindly donated by Angela from the Donna William shop in Famalicão. That one I can probably show you in about 2 weeks' time, as I'll be going to the shop and picking one out for you guys. The one from Rosario, I'm still in discussions with her how we're going to do that, so I'll let you know. But like I said, if you want to join, go check out the group on Ravelry. I've already created the post for the chatter thread. I've put up a photo of all the yarn that I'm about to show you, which I have shown on previous podcasts, but I'll show you again, as well as all the patterns I'm knitting. You're free to knit whatever pattern you want, in whatever yarn you want. The socks are for you, so just enjoy it. So yeah, here is my box of yarn, and I can't quite remember which ones are going to be for which pattern from the New York collection, but I do have all the labels with the patterns there I've chosen them for. So I'm just going to go through the yarn really quickly. Here at the top, this is actually two 50-gram skeins. This one here is a little bit smaller because this part was in the same skein. It just had a knot in it, and I removed the knot. That's also Kjertegarn sock 4. Then we have this one here is Donna Maria sock yarn. Just a variegated pinks and purples. This one here is also Donna Maria, and that's a self-striping one. Down here is another Donna Maria sock yarn, and I'm not sure if this is going to be self-striping or not. I think it might be. Down here is Yarn Adventure sock. This was a club color from last year's sock club, and then here is just the two. It's just tiger sock yarn that I knit. I've knit several. Like I've knit a pair of shorty socks from there. I've also I basically bought this yarn to put into the big mitered square blanket I did last year, and because I had been planning on using that in the border, but then I didn't, so I basically bought all the skeins that they had, or all the balls that they had at the shop at the time. So yeah, I've made shorty socks. I'm not going to make some bigger, like longer socks, and I've made leg warmers that I showed last week, also out of that yarn. So, and I still have a couple of skeins left over. Now, behind me, there's a whole bunch of stuff. So, that basically, what I showed you here, this is my whip. This is my only whip at the moment. And now we're going to go into finished objects, and then that'll be it for today, because I want to see how far I can get on the socks, and I still have some household chores to take care of. And now there's fluff flying about from all the pets. So, first one is this. I got my sweater finished on time before the end of the month. I finished this on Tuesday, I believe. I still have the ends to weave in from the sleeves, and I did short sleeves as I mentioned last week, and I made this slightly longer. I think if I'd stopped over here it would have been the correct length to hit just by my hips, so this is going to be tunic length. It's not blocked yet. I haven't had time to block it. I want to see if I can do a bit of blocking on Tuesday evening. I'm going to be away for the next weekend. We have a long weekend. Thursday is a public holiday, so I've taken Friday off, and I'll be going to my parents' place. And so if I leave a whole bunch of stuff blocking on Tuesday evening, then hopefully it'll be dry by the time I come home on Sunday evening. So again, this is the Ravelry sweater. I use that as the basis of the sweater, and I used Drops Alpaca in their light gray colorway, and I just inserted a lace panel, and I knit the largest size available to make it a nice slouchy sweater. So, well, in this case it's going to be a tunic length, so it's going to be nice and warm for winter to walk around in with just like a little top underneath it or something, because you know it is lace, it is slightly see-through. So let's see if I can fold this up quickly. And I must say that my cat loves this yarn. I was like busy knitting it, and he was constantly trying to nest in it. So I'm gonna have to, when I put this away properly, and yeah, so he doesn't get to it. Anyway, while making the sweater last week Sunday, after podcasting, I decided, well, you know what? I'm just gonna put the sweater aside for a moment because I was almost done with the body. And no, hang on, I finished the body, the whole. I think when I showed you last week, I was just starting the ribbing, so I finished the ribbing, and then I put it aside, and I decided, well, I still want to make a little gift for a friend of mine who's recently had a baby, and yeah, I still needed to send stuff, so I decided to make this little hat. And obviously I've not given it to the recipient yet, so I made the antler hat to match the little antler cardigan I'd made earlier, the previous week. I used up the rest of the dark green color, and then I used up a bit more of, I can't remember how much, but if you go into my Ravelry page, all the links are in the show notes, it'll show you exactly how much I used up. This is the baby size. I think it's quite big, but then again, babies do have large heads, so if it's big on him now, it'll fit him next year for sure, and you can easily, fold up the brim and make it slightly smaller. So I really like how see if I can put my hands in there so you can see it properly. The crown decreases turn out, makes it a nice little leaf. So then I finished the sweater, like I said, on Tuesday, I believe, and then I decided to make another antler hat for another friend, for also to give as a gift. So I did. I knit the adult S size. This is going to be for a child, but this way the child can grow into it. So, and in a nice pink color. That's her favorite color. It's a little girl. Again, I knit the brim nice and large so that she can easily just fold it up, and again there's a nice decreases at the top, crown decreases, and yeah, so these are all ready to gift. Then I've started doing all the gift knitting for Christmas already. I've decided what I'm going to make for some friends that I think deserve some hand knitted items. I don't have time to knit hand knitted items for everyone, so I decided to make these mittens. These are the Karoo by Isolde Teague. They're from the Knit Worthy number 4. So that's the one that just came out this year. And there are these mitts. And I'm going to put it on the wrong hand so you can see, so I can show you the pattern. Now, this yarn is slightly dark. If you hear noise, it's Rusty and Soot playing. This is the yarn I used is, they're over there playing. The yarn I used is Ovelha Negra Amelia, and it's a single ply. I think it's a single ply. Single ply, not 100% merino with like tweeds, and there you go. You can see. Okay, so I've put this on my right hand, but this is actually the left hand mitt. So this is how it fits. And you can see the cabling quite nicely. This side is quite speckled because of the tweed nups in there, and here I can't get closer. Sorry. So there it is. I did lengthen it because the mitt finished about here, and I prefer my mitts to be slightly longer to cover most of my fingers, and I did the same with the thumb. I lengthened the thumb, so I still have, you know, you can still use your fingers to text or whatever on your smartphone, iPad, whatever. So both mitts are done. They're the same length. Might not look it on the thumb, but they are the same length. I did. I forgot to do the tubular cast on what was suggested in the pattern. I did do the tubular cast off or bind off here at the top, but I didn't do it on the thumb. It was just too fiddly to do it on the thumb, so I just did a stretchy bind off on the thumb, and that works fine. So these are ready to be blocked, and they really do need to be blocked because this yarn has a lot of oil on it still from being spun and then treated and everything, so it needs to definitely be washed, and they're going to plump up quite nicely. Now, I don't know if I'm going to make the same mitts for my other friends, or if I'm going to take another pattern and knit a different pattern. So I finished those yesterday morning, and then I still had 2 blocks to knit on my to complete the row for my pinwheel blanket. So that's what I did. I knit this one out of Malabrigo, and then I knit this one out of mostly Yarn Adventures, except for this one here, which is a I can't remember which one. This blue one is a Rendezvous sock, and this one, I know the colorway is called Pebble Splash, but I can't remember what the yarn maker, what the brand name is of the yarn. So yesterday I knit these 2 little blocks, and then I wove in all the ends. So I have 1 row with my 6 blocks over here, all with ends woven in. Now here, this is going to be the yarn I'm going to be using for the next row. Rusty, He's just heard someone in the hallway. So this is the yarn, which was kindly gifted to me by a viewer from the podcast. And there is roughly 250 grams of yarn in here. So these minis are way heavier than the 10 grams that we usually use for swaps. So yeah, this is what I'm knitting. I don't know what order I'm going to be knitting them in, but this is the next row. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to knit, seeing as I'm not eligible for any of the prizes anyways, I'm going to be knitting a pair of socks, and then probably knitting a blanket square, and then another pair of socks and a blanket square. I think I can do that. So this is another row of squares that, as you can see, need their ends woven in. And here's a blanket which is ready to attach these two rows as soon as I finished sewing in these ends. What do you want, Dakota? You want to say hello? You want to say hello? No, she wants to go outside. It's nice and sunny weather, it's nice and warm, and she wants to be outside, she does not want to be inside. So, yeah, we'll see. I think what I need to do is finish the first pair of socks, and then I'm going to weave in the ends on these blocks, and try to attach these two rows as soon as possible, so I can start making blocks for the next row. So with these, the blanket at the moment has 3 rows. This is row 4 and this is row 5, and then I'm missing another 3 rows to do. So I want to do that all by the end of the year. Like I said, next weekend, as of Thursday, I'm off. Wednesday evening, I'm driving up to my parents' place with the pets, and yeah, I'm gonna have 4 days at the farm at my parents' place, and we'll see what the weather is like. Hopefully it's still nice weather, so I can do some more washing of fleeces that I still have to wash. And like I said, I can only do this if it's good weather, if it's sunny weather, and if it's warm weather. That way the fleece has time to dry, because I don't want to be bringing home wet fleece. That will be stinking up the whole apartment. So yeah, that's it for today. Short episode. I have a little clip of Dakota and Rusty playing from this morning, and if I find a couple other clips, maybe I'll insert those. And what I'll do is I'll take some photos of these mitts so that you can see the cabling properly, and try and insert them as well. So that's it for today. Have a nice weekend, or whenever it is you're watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Oh, one more thing. Next week I will be podcasting. What I'll be doing is I'll podcast in the morning when I'm at my parents' place, but I'll only upload it when I get home in the evening. So for those who usually watch this on the Sunday when I upload it, it's going to be a late upload, because uploading at my parents' place is going to take the whole day, and I can't even be guaranteed that it'll upload by the time I'm ready to leave. So I prefer to upload it here at home, which is a lot faster than if I do it at my parents' place. So there will be a podcast next week, but it'll be uploaded a lot later than usual. So just so you guys know. Okay, bye.